Hey guys, it's your fearless leader, MJ. Um, so this episode will go up on Saturday or Sunday. So the first or the second. Yeah, I think that's right. So I'm here to talk to you guys about living in a fishbowl. And I don't know if you've heard this phrase before, but I'm gonna kind of explain it in terms of my life. I kind of want to tell you guys what I've been feeling lately and kind of my ways to get rid of those negative thoughts and just get out of my own head. So what fishbowl is you live on everyone else's schedule. You only go to bed when your schedule calls are. So I live in a little bit of background. I live in assisted living, and to get everybody in and get everybody prioritized, they need specific time slots to make it easier to prioritize things and get what people need done. So everybody's got like time slots during the day. Like mine are 6:30 a.m. usually. That's a rough one, but I'm a morning person, so it's not that rough most of the time. And then I have like a lunchtime call and then a dinner time call, and every other day I have a meal prep call and then dinner call and then bedtime call. So every day is that structured, and changing it isn't really I'm trying to think of the word, sorry guys. Isn't really wanted. Like they're okay doing it, but they would rather you stick to your day-to-day schedule so that they know where you are when, and so on and so forth. So it's very regimented and very told what to do. And I know I'm lucky because I know some people that their place that they live, you have no say in like what you eat. You have no say in what you drink. You have no say in where you go. At least here I have free will with that. But and I'm very fortunate that I have free will, because I know it's really frustrating for my friends that don't have that. And yeah, it would be easy to not think about your meals, and trust me, I've had those days. But it would make me feel even more trapped than I already feel. And trapped is not a word, it's just too regimented. That'll be the word for this podcast. It's not as free flowing as I would like it to be. Like, it's very stifling. Like, you can change it, but if you want to change it back, there's not really any flexibility. And I don't know. So, back to explaining, like, what a fishbowl is. Like, you know, when you're famous, well, you guys listening to this aren't probably famous. And if you are, wow. Like, I'm talking to famous people. That's fantastic. But, yeah, being in a fishbowl is like if you're famous and everybody wants to know your moves. Everybody wants to know what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it. Like, they want to know your entire life. You don't have an ounce of brain space that is yours. It's all influenced by everyone else. And I'm trying to get out of this rut. I'm trying to, like, keep stuff private. Because I find one of the things that I need to work on is not being so open and not telling my whole life story the minute somebody comes into my apartment. Because I want them to know every little bit, but they really don't need to. So I guess that's a boundary that I have to work on. But yeah. So, like, having that mindset of I'm in a fishbowl, I basically have to do the things day to day and be happy with the fact that I'm being taken care of. And that's a real downer when you think about it. Like, you just have to do what you're told to get through the day. Like, you have to, like, go by the schedule, you have to do this to get there, and so on and so forth. And it's really detrimental to people with mental health issues, at least in my case. Like, I can't have freedom when I'm having a breakdown. I just have to put a face on. And I talked about this a couple podcasts back. Like, I have chameleon syndrome. And what that means is basically I know what people want to see of me, so I put that out into the world. And I'm not really genuinely myself, which is another downfall that I need to work on. But it all stems from this being in a fishbowl. You gotta act a certain way, or people will judge you and say things, and they don't really know you, but they think they know you because you've been here for 4 years like me. You've lived where you've lived for X amount of years, and you've had the same staff. I'm actually glad. I told somebody this morning that I'm actually glad that things are changing over to newer staff, because then I don't have to put on a face. I can just, because they don't know me from before, so I don't have to do that. I don't have to have chameleon syndrome. I can just say, this is me, let's get this work done, let's do what we need to do and get you out of here so you can carry on with your day. So that's a good side to having new staff. But it's also really hard because they don't know your routines, they don't know what you like and dislike, and then you have to train them, and that's a whole nother podcast. But I want to express to you that I understand if you're in assisted living, or even if you're not, even if you're under your parents' roof and they always want to know where you are. Yes, they're caring. Yes, they want you. They have your best interests at heart. But if you're 18 and you want your own life, and I know 18's young, and you may be naive, whatever your background is, but if you're mature enough just to sit down and talk with them and let them know, I will tell you if I need help. I will tell you what's going on. I will let you know if stuff changes, but not fully going in depth to what your life is, and just keeping stuff private. That should be your biggest takeaway from this podcast. Keeping stuff private. If you meet a new attendant, in my case, don't divulge every little thing to them. Don't be like, hi, this is my whole life story in one breath. Just do the work that you need to do and be pleasant and make small talk. But this whole fishbowl thing of they need to know everything about you. My advice, if you're moving out for the first time, don't be such an open book. And I'm talking to my younger self. I am such an open book that it is detrimental to my service now. If I didn't live with people up to this point, I probably wouldn't have lived in this fishbowl phenomenon. because everybody was like, oh, it's Mr. and Mrs. Blank, like, you're together. So I'm going to ask your partner what you want and not ask you what you want. Like, it is such a weird phenomenon. It's like the fishbowl phenomenon. So you are a normal human being, but you feel like you're famous. You feel like every move that you make is watched. Like, you can't have a thought without, or an opinion, without somebody chiming in and being like, nope, that's wrong, or nope, we're doing it this way, or like just judgmental about every move that you make. And I guess that's my fault in a way. Like, I need to just not, like I said time and time again in this podcast, like, don't be an open book. Like, sure, show pages of your book as they come up. But if they don't come up, just be pleasant, be decisive, like, get your work done, have a little chit-chat, but just keep it light and fluffy until they really need to know the things in your life. Just keep them close to your chest. It's all about boundaries. Just I wish I could rewind and go back and, like, when I first moved in here, just let them know that I'm not going to be walked on. I'm going to make my own opinions. I'm going to live my life, even if I am with a partner. You don't need to speak to them about my choices. You need to speak with me. And take that power back. Just, like, I'm starting over again. So, like, it's a good thing for me to have them know me as an individual and have them know me as MJ. That's my nickname around here. My full name is Melissa. But yeah, like, have them know me as me, and then you'll gain more respect. Like, I feel like you'll gain a lot more respect in the end if you go into it with that mindset of, like, not spewing out everything all the time. Sorry for the visual people. But yeah, just be aware of the things that you tell people, because it can come and bite you in the butt real hard. and their perception of you will never change. They'll still think of you as the younger version of yourself. At least in my case, that's what happened. They think of me as who I used to be and not who I am today. And that's really hard, and that's really challenging to come back from that. And I wish I had tips for you guys. Like, I have a few, but like I've just been reiterating this whole time, like, please keep private things private, and if you have to, have a discussion with your partner and just be like, these are my staff, and this is the perception. This is what I want them to see. I want them to respect me. I don't want them to see me as a lesser than you individual. And just have that discussion with your partner and make it an equal thing. Like, make it so that they feel the same way too. Like just have a dialogue with your staff if you can, and let them know that you are no longer that age. And in the case of a partner, like, this is my partner, like, please respect that they're going to be here, and your partner needs to respect your space too. That's a big one. But yeah, this episode was just about how I feel and living in a fishbowl and feeling like I'm famous when I'm not. Like, feeling like your every move is watched. And it sucks. But tip number 1, just keeps, like I keep reiterating, keep stuff personal. Number 2, make small talk about, like, the weather, about, like, a couple of your interests that are, like, surface level. Number 3, like, just get the work done and get them on to the next person. They're not there for you to entertain, as one of my attendants said. You're not there to be their court jester. They're there for you because you need the help. And it should not go beyond that unless you're super, super comfortable. But my guideline for you guys is, if you can draw those boundaries right off the get-go, please do. Otherwise, you'll end up in the spot that I am now, where they still think I'm the age that I was when I moved in here. Sorry if this podcast was repetitive, but it was kind of on the fly, and I didn't really have an outline. I never really have an outline, but this one I really didn't. I just felt really passionate about this. So yeah, just if you have breaks in between holes. Just do what you gotta do and take breaks and don't feel like you have to have chameleon syndrome like me. I don't recommend it because it's hard to get out of. Always having to please people. So I think that's it for today, and I will talk to you guys next Friday and or Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye, Ability Warriors. Love you guys.